Now, since we've got a couple of videos to work with, why don't we see how ActionScript works with our video player? I'm just going to drag out a couple of buttons that we can use to switch back and forth between our videos. And just so we don't have to make the buttons, let's go and use buttons out of the common library. I'll go bring up my common library and select the buttons category. And let's see. I want to use a couple of normal playback buttons we've got down here at the bottom. In the playback flat category, we've got a flat blue back and a blue forward. So we'll just use that to swap between our two graphics. I'm going to drop them right into the video layer, and I'll put one on the left side of the screen, and we'll go ahead and put the other one on the right. Whenever we're setting up buttons, we want to make sure we give them instance names. So let me just select the first one, and we'll call that one Video 1 button. I'm using underscore since we don't want to have spaces in here. And let's set up the second one as Video 2 underscore button. Now that we've got some buttons, let's set up the code. I'm just going to close up our buttons library, and let's go over and set up our first button. We'll select it, and as always, we want to make sure we know where the ActionScript is going to go. My playhead is currently in the video frame, and that's also the frame where my two video buttons have been added. It's always a good idea to keep your buttons and your ActionScript together. So I'm going to leave my playhead where it is. I'll leave my selection on the first button, and we'll go over to our code snippets window. Now this time, I'm going to be pulling something out of the audio and video category. So let's open up that folder. And we've got a lot of controls to stop, play, and pause video. But down here at the bottom, we also have a click to set video source. Let's double click on that. That's going to write some code. We can see the A in the keyframe appeared right in frame 80, so we've got everything in the right spot. Now let me click in here, and we can see what we've got set up. We need to replace the video instance name below with the instance name of the FLV playback controller. Now that's a new one. So far we've only had to pay attention to the button names, like Video 1 button here. But you'll notice that we have video instance name here to fix as well. We also have to place into the source the path to our video files. Now our two video files are sitting right next to the FLAW file, so we won't have to add any folders to our path navigation. I'm just going to select everything inside of the quotes here, and we'll type in the name of our first video, which is ballooning.f4v. I'm also going to name this Video Player. I'm using an underscore once again because we don't want to have any spaces in our names. And I'll need to make sure that this name matches the instance name of the player on our stage. So let me select that, and I'll just copy the name. Let's get my ActionScript out of the way for a second. And I'm going to click on the video player itself, and you can see that it also has that instance name field. I'll just paste in video player as the name, and now our code will match up. Let's go ahead and set up the second button. My playhead's still in the right spot, so I can just click on the second button, go to my code snippets panel, and we'll use click to set video source again. We've got another set of code, so let me click into it and scroll down. And we've got the same things to set up. Since we pre-named our video button, we've already got that taken care of. But you can see it says video instance name here again. So I'm just going to select that. And I think I can still paste the name of our player, video player, into that spot. And now we'll just load in the path to the other video. That's going to be streetluge.f4v. Now we've got our code all set up. Let's go and try it out. Let's just go click on our video button. We'll click on sports, and that'll bring our buttons up. We'll click on video. Now you can see my first video starts playing because we had it set up in the program. I'll just hit pause for that one, and we can go back to our buttons now. When I click on the first button, that's going to load up our ballooning video. And there you can see it's playing perfectly. And I can go over and click on the other button, and that will change our video load back to the Street Luge. We can click on either button now and load the video up and play it back. So let's close that on up.